So welcome back, guys. I wanted to get you guys back in here, and we are now on episode 4. So welcome back to the Career Reinvention podcast. The heart of this series is because losing a job isn't or shouldn't mean losing your identity. Because your value was never tied to your title, guys. And because every setback holds the seeds of a powerful reinvention. If someone shows you how to find them. And I remember watching how vegetation works. And I think the human being works similar, that once you plant some seeds, they fester and they grow. Our mission here is to guide professionals through one of life's most painful transitions, and that's career disruption. With clarity, courage, and tools that create lasting transformation, this podcast is here to turn layoffs, pivots, and uncertainty into an invitation to rebuild with purpose. Our vision is a world where every professional, regardless of their job title or industry, has access to the mindsets, frameworks, and support needed to reinvent their career on their own terms. This limited series is only 6 episodes, and this is episode 4 of 6, but it holds the potential to become someone's turning point. And that's the point that's here. It's 6 episodes, 1 reinvention. Real tools, honest talk, no fluff. Because your next chapter deserves more than just board advice. Start where you are, reinvent what's next. So, with that being said, let's get started on episode 4. And this one job is not the plan anymore. That's the title of this episode. One job is not the plan anymore. We're going to talk about portfolio careers and multiple income streams in this episode. I'm Dr. Marilyn Carroll, and welcome back to the Career Invention Podcast, where we talk about how to navigate job loss, reinvention, and everything in between. Today, we're talking about something I wish more people had learned before their last layoff. And that is how to build a career that doesn't depend on one paycheck. Because here's the reality, guys. The old model of a career, one job, one company, one identity, that's over. Again, I'm going to say that again to you. One job, one company, one identity is over. What's replacing it? It's a new model where you diversify your skills, your work, your income. It's not just practical, it's empowering. It's empowering. When you have that power to direct yourself on which lane or which road that you're going down, how you're going to travel, which career path you're going down, what job you're going to work through, how you want to go about doing it, that's power. That's what we're trying to do here for you. So you may be asking, those of you who hadn't been in, school for a while or haven't heard about what is a portfolio career, you may not know this. A portfolio career means you have more than one stream of income. Your work might include a mix of consulting, part-time jobs, coaching, digital products, freelancing, speaking, or teaching. That's me. I have consulting, coaching, I do some freelancing, I do some speaking, and I do teaching. That's what I do. I have a portfolio career. And I talked about this many years ago and didn't know what I was talking about, but I wrote it out on my vision board, and this is what it's come to be. So you're building income plus impact from multiple areas of your expertise. And guess what? It really helps a lot of people. And I'm better with this portfolio career than I was with an individual career because I know more about a lot of different things. And I'm like a spice. You paprika. I think that's, yeah, paprika. And I remember I was like, what is she putting that paprika on? Paprika helps you to make things, different things, the flavors in it come out. Um, I'm like any seasoning that you would put on to make the flavors of something even better. Uh, Earlier in this podcast, I talked about making beef bourguignon. And to make that, I had to put my special flavors on it, my spices and things of that nature. So by putting those spices in there, it made it come to be a better tasting product, other than just salt and pepper. Okay. I like flavors. Most people that cook that are from my culture, we like cooking. We like making things to taste a little bit different than they were before. So think of it like your career investment portfolio. You wouldn't put all of your retirement into one stock, right? Well, I did that one time before, but I had to learn better, had to hire somebody to help me. So why put all of your career into one company? Now, that may be okay if you're the CEO or something like that, where you have to focus just on that company. But if I'm not the CEO of a company, I don't need to focus. I'm a CEO of a lot of different things I do, then that's what my thing is. And I don't have to spend 100 and something hours a week doing that. If you got to spend over 40 hours a week doing something, then you can't really focus on all these other things. You're still building income plus impact for multiple areas of your expertise. Just remember that. Okay. So think of it like your career investment portfolio again. So why put all of your career into one company? Okay. Why this matters now more than ever. So look at what's changed, guys. Layoffs are more frequent and less predictable. AI is reshaping what full-time work even looks like anymore. People want more autonomy, creativity, and flexibility. Companies are increasingly hiring project-based talent over full-time roles. And this isn't just a side hustle trend. This is the future of work. And you don't have to wait for permission to start. You get to design this now. So, how to start building your career portfolio. I want you to be practical. Here are 5 questions you ask yourself. If I say each question, stop and write it out, okay? What do people ask me for advice on? Pause, write it out. Number 2, what knowledge or skill could I teach, write about, or consult on? Pause, write this out. Could I turn my past work experience into a service? Pause, write it out. What would I need to earn monthly from one income stream to feel secure? Pause it and write it out. What lights me up that doesn't rely on a job title? This is a very important one. What lights me up that doesn't rely on a job title? Pause. Now, you had those 5 questions. What do people ask me for advice on? What knowledge or skills could I teach, write about, or consult on? Could I turn my past work experience into a service? Could I turn, or what would I need to earn monthly from one income stream to feel secure? And then what lights me up that doesn't rely on a job title? Once you identify opportunities, start small. Offer coaching or consulting session. Build a micro course or workshop. Freelance 5 hours a week in your skill zone. Polish your ideas and attract clients via LinkedIn or social platforms. That's how you do this. Yeah. Now, my groups that I'm working with is building more tools to help you with this. So you want to stay in contact with me if you want to know more about those. You can stay in contact with me on LinkedIn, or as well as I'll be providing some other things. But right now, I'm building with a couple of companies, different products and services that will really help on this. But I didn't want to wait to send you out some things. I want you to get started thinking about them. And it is my hope that I can become one of your best fans and that somebody you can come to. Uh, it's Mama Dr. Marilyn to get some, or that's one of Marilynism, to get some advice from. I want you to monetize what you already know. Many people overlook their most valuable asset, their story plus their skill set. Can you turn your experience into a digital guide, a speaking topic, a client first facing service? Now, your portfolio careers start with one offer. Don't overthink it, just start. Now, this session 4, podcast 4 is very, very high intense one. And it's going to take you a while to really write out the things I've talked about here. Okay? But you can do this. Our next session or podcast, we're going to be talking about in podcast 5 about career branding and networking. Because if no one knows who you are, what you do, or what you're pivoting toward, it's going to be hard to get traction, meaning attention, people to buy from you. We'll break down how to build a LinkedIn presence, how to tell your story post layoff, and how to become magnetic to the right people and opportunities. Until then, you are more than your last job. You have value outside 9 to 5, your 9 to 5 that you had. And you have everything you need to build a career that supports who you are becoming. I'm your host, Dr. Marilyn Carroll. You've just taken one more step in your reinvention. Maybe it was a mindset shift. Maybe it was a moment of clarity. Or maybe it was just the reminder you needed. You're not starting over. You're starting from strength. This journey is yours, but you don't have to be alone. Come back next session, and as we are rebuilding with honesty, strategy, and belief, and what's still possible. And remember, you're not behind, you're becoming. And that becoming is powerful. I'll see you on the next episode of Career Reinvention. I'm your host, Dr. Marilyn.